I'll keep that same energy for all 40 of these slides today. Keep that same energy. I don't want to see no kickstands today. Uh-oh, you gonna turn that down? Let me turn this down right here. Hallelujah. All right. Let me know when you're ready. You'll be in that land. Yeah. Give me 2 months, I'll be there too.
It's all good. Yes, indeed. I'll meet you at the airport.
Yeah, all right. Had some lamb in hand. You gonna come up? There you go. All right.
It's in your house.
Huh?
It's in your house, I king.
Oh, hey, that's somebody's grandmama's house. It ain't my house. All right, so I got a lot of questions on the first part from last week, so I decided to do a part 2. And I think it's gonna be a little bit informative. I got some good questions going on. You know, I kind of rushed through it before with the whole teraphim and everything. I'm hearing myself a lot right here. All right, that's a little better. So I figure I'll take my time this time on here so we can get a better understanding. All right. You wanted the American Idols. I had to give it to you. All right. So what was one of the main things Yahuah said when said we should never give into? It's, oh, okay. It's idolatry. You get that? All right. So just like with persuasive words, idolatry will not only cause chaos, but it will ultimately destroy you from the inside out. I think we kind of got a glimpse of that last week with all the warnings that we were doing. You get the curse out the way. Come on, engineer. I got you. You got it. All right, so let's just do a little quick review. Some of the examples here. So we have the household alahims, known for their owners to keep in their homes or to carry with them when they travel. Also got here idol, a household alahim of various shapes and sizes. We're going to get back to this verse right here, but it says, now Rachel had taken the household alahims and put them in the camel's saddle and sat on them. And Laban felt all about the tent, but did not find them. All right. Now before I was going too fast with it. Now it was. Ooh. All right, so some more examples. We also have Rapha, the root to mend by stitching, i.e. to cure, heal, a physician, repair. And we also have for the Greek in there is icon. And what did we say last week? What was this for? Right here with this doctor. What is this? What we got going on right here?
Serpents on the pole.
And the pole, right? And what do we have over here? Sun worship. All right. Those same things could be used today, right? Yeah. Okay. Where right here? Oh, so I can do the little that right there. Oh, I got you. Okay. All right. So for the king of Babylon stands at the parting of the way at the head of 2 ways to use divination. He shakes the arrows. He consults the teraphim. He looks at the liver. We're going to come back to that. We're going to break each and every one of those down. All right. So examples of the household alahims. The carved images of their alahims you shall burn with fire. You should not covet the silver or the gold that is on them or take it for yourselves, lest you be ensnared by it. For it is an abomination to Yahuah your Elohim. And you should not bring an abominable thing into your house and become devoted to destruction like it. You should utterly detest and abhor it, for it is devoted to destruction. Keep that one in mind, okay? You should not make for yourselves a carved image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or is in the water under the earth. You should not bow down to them or serve them, for I, Yahuah your Elohim, am a jealous El, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children to the third and fourth generation of those who hate me, but showing steadfast love to those of thousands of those who love me and keep my commandments. We just read that, right? All right. So the first example we're going to look at is Jacob fleeing from Laban. This was that verse where Rachel had took her father's teraphim. So we're going to get the whole full context of everything, okay? So it starts off, now Jacob heard the sons of Laban were saying, Jacob has taken all that was our father's, and from what was our father's, he has gained all this wealth. And Jacob said that Laban did not regard him with favor as before. Yahuah said to Jacob, return to the land of your fathers and your kindred, and I will be with you. So Jacob and Jacob sent and called Rachel and Leah into the field where his flocks was, and said to them, I see that your father does not regard me with favor as he did before. But Elohim of my fathers has of my strength, yet your father has cheated me and changed my wages 10 times. But Elohim be your wages, then all the flock bore spotted. And if he said the stripe shall be your wages, then all. Thus Elohim has taken away the livestock of your father and given them to me. In the breeding season of the flock, I lifted up my eyes and saw in a dream that the goats that mated with the flock were striped, spotted, and mottled. Then the angel of Elohim said to me in the dream, Jacob, and I said, here I am. And he said, lift up your eyes and see. All the goats that mate with the flock are striped, spotted, and mottled. For I have seen all that Laban is doing to you. So at this point, Yahuah was letting him know that, hey, I've seen what's going on and I'm going to help you out, right? I am the Elohim of Bethel, where you anointed a pillar and made a vow to me. Now arise, go out from this land and return to the land of your kindred. Then Rachel and Leah answered and said to him, is there any portion of inheritance left to us in our father's house? Are we not regarded by him as foreigners? For he has sold us and has indeed devoured our money. All the wealth that Elohim has taken away from our father belongs to us and to our children. Now then, whatever Elohim has said to you, do. All right. So Jacob Jacob arose and set his sons and his wives on camels. He drove away all his livestock, all his property that he had gained, the livestock in his possession that he had acquired in Paddan Aram, to go to the land of Canaan to his father Isaac. Laban had gone to shear his sheep, and Rachel stole her father's household Elohims. Here we go. And Jacob tricked Laban the Aramean by not telling him that he intended to flee. He fled with all that he had and arose and crossed the Euphrates and set his face toward the hill country of Gilead. When it was told to Laban on the third day that Jacob had fled, he took his kinsmen with him and pursued him for 7 days and followed close after him into the hill country of Gilead. But Elohim came to Laban the Aramean in a dream by night and said to him, be careful not to say anything to Jacob, either good or bad. Come on. He said it's coming. Yeah, there you go. And Laban overtook Jacob, and now Jacob had pitched his tent in the hill country. And Laban with his kinsmen pitched tents in the hill country of Gilead. And Laban said to Jacob, what have you done, that you have tricked me and driven away my daughters like captives of the sword? Why did you flee secretly and trick me, and did not tell me, so that I might have sent you away with myrrh and songs, with tambourine and lyre? And why did you not permit me to kiss my sons and my daughters farewell? Now you have done foolishly. It is in my power to do harm. But the Elohim of your father spoke to me last night, saying, be careful not to say anything to Jacob or Jacob, either good or bad. And now you have gone away because you long greatly for your father's house. But why did you steal my Elohims? Jacob answered and said to Laban, because I was afraid, for I thought that you would take your daughters from me by force. Anyone with whom you find your Elohim shall not live. In the presence of our kinsmen, point out what I have that is yours, and take it. Now Yaakov did not know that Rachel had stolen them, so he didn't know. I know, gotta have patience, huh? So Laban went into behind them, and he went out of Leah's tent and entered Rachel's. Now Rachel had taken the household Elohims and put them in the camel's saddle and sat on them out the tent, but did not find them. And she said to her father, let not my sovereign be angry that I cannot rise before you, for the way of the women is upon me. What does that mean? I was waiting for Gilbert to say so. You know, that's his favorite thing to say. No problem, no problem. Ancient Babylonian law in the Code of Hammurabi frequently speaks of stealing and goes into much greater detail on this subject than does the OT or the Old Testament. Stealing or being tricked in the Code of the Hammurabi, the death penalty is required for kidnapping children. In contrast to the penalty required only in cases of legal protection. A whole lot of patience. All right, I got another question. Did Rachel die as a result of taking the teraphim?
He said that, and
I
don't know if his words actually had power, and like Yahuah, took those words. I wanted to say it. I shouldn't have said it. Yahuah did it, but no. I mean, it's just interesting that she died.
So she didn't die as a result. Thank you, Gilbert. She didn't die as a result of taking the teraphim, but let me just put something else in here, okay? So we have this verse here. Anyone with whom you find your Elohim shall not live. In the presence of your kinsmen, point out what I have that is yours, and take it. Now Yaakov did not know that Rachel had stolen them. I just wanted to say, sometimes when we do things that are wrong, that are deep and hidden, sometimes you need to speak up and say something about it, right? And she had a chance to say something about it, and she didn't, did she? All right. That verse, then they journeyed where, and she had a heart, and as her soul was departing, she was down to me. Or what else could it mean? Say that again, Moreh. Go ahead.
Yeah, it says Ben-Oni called him Benjamin, son of my right hand.
All right. So Rachel did die, and she was buried on the